well, I guess that's that for now. Looking behind me here, you've got 6 packages there set up. 5 of those I did yesterday in the rain, and then the 6th one I did this morning about an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago. And then you've got another 4 there, here, that I did 2 hours ago. And then the last one on that row, and the other 4 over here I did just now. But so far everything looks good on all 15 of them. All queens were alive. Very little dead loss in the packages. You know, a little bit here and there. One package might have had, you know, a fist-sized ball of dead bees, but most of them had very few, if any, dead bees. You can see we got plenty of water last night, huh? Based on the impromptu pond here that's not supposed to be there. I haven't actually checked my official rain gauge, but I want to say we got probably 5 or 6 inches. My wife said I haven't been out this morning, but my wife said there's water running over the road out here. That usually takes at least 4 or 5 inches to get the water over the road like that. Although it's not uncommon to have water over the road. You won't get it with just a couple inches. So yeah, everything's set up for now. I got back into, this one here, number 30, the one with the package that's sideways. I got back into that one just to kind of see how they were doing, and they were all spread out. They're covering all the frames. Again, that's one I set up yesterday. And peeking around the front here, I don't see any clustering up on the front, and that's very important to me because a couple of years ago when I got in packages, I had 3 that absconded basically in the first day. By mid-afternoon, they were all out of the hive, all balled up on the front like they wanted to swarm out. They didn't like the box for some reason. I couldn't figure it out back then. I still don't know for sure, but there's 2 things that I think were involved. One, here, I might as well let y'all see the bees. One is that I think, not that my bee yard's really worth looking at, it's a trashy mess. One is that I think they didn't like the smell of the box. I'd reused some older boxes that maybe had a musty, mildewy smell. I don't know that for sure, but if I recall, I set up 10 packages, and I want to say the 7 out of the 10 that stayed were all on brand new equipment, and the 3 that absconded, at least one of the boxes or a few of the frames or something in them was reused. My other belief, maybe it's a combination of the 2, was that those bees had not been with their queen even a couple hours. When I showed up to pick up the packages, the queens had not yet come in from the field. So they came in, boom, 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 here's your queens for each package, thank you, see you later. I drive home an hour and a half and I start setting up packages. So yeah, it was no more than a handful of hours that those bees had been with that queen. I don't think they really had time to get used to her and be bonded to her, because they actually came out of the hive and balled up on the front and the queen was still inside in her cage. Anyway, that's a little flashback history there as to what happened. You know, in my beekeeping classes, I tell people I really don't believe that packages are for beginners. Yes, I started that way. I bought 1 package, you know, total cowboy, got lucky and everything worked fine. But since then, I've had the experience of having a package or 3 packages abscond. I've never had a package show up dead yet, although I've had people call me because it happened to them, and I can understand that'd be very heartbreaking. But you know, the risk with packages is exactly what I ran into when I had 3 of them abscond, and I couldn't really figure out why. I thought I'd done everything just fine, you know, and 3 of them just took off. Well, that was $375 at the time that just took off because, I don't know, because. So that's a big risk for beginners. Packages, in my opinion, and I don't sell them, so you know, packages, in my opinion, are really meant for someone who needs to buy more. Like in my case, buying 15. Someone that's more on the sideline or a commercial level that needs a lot of bees and needs them affordably. I think for the beginner with a, you know, more of a hobby, starter, or whatever, less risk, less stress, you want to look at getting a nuke. It's just all around an easier, usually more successful way to go. So that's my recommendation there. But anyway, so far, setting up packages, I think I did it through basically the worst conditions, other than if I had actually done it during the worst of the thunderstorm. But doing it on rainy, nasty day in my swim trunks, which y'all didn't get to see because my wife gets jealous. I can't show off my sexy body on camera. So, but yeah, I promise you, I was out here in Crocs and swim trunks because I got fed up with my clothes just getting wet over and over and over. So I just gave up, put on swim trunks. And actually, yesterday evening, our little milking tent here collapsed, so I had to milk the dadgum goats in my Crocs and swim trunks. So anyway, that's it for that. Package is set up. Hopefully everybody sticks. We'll give you all an update here soon.